the Oxford tutorial starts off with a reading list, and that reading list will have two parts to it. The first part would be the primary literature. So for biblical studies, that'll be the books of the Bible that you might be looking at, and then there'll be some secondary literature. So those writers who are well known for their contributions to the theological subject that you're considering. So for example, it might be, one subject might be what's Irenaeus' plan of salvation. Another one might be, why does John's Jesus reject Judaism? The next stage, having read that literature, is to go on and write an essay. And it's remarkable how this forces you to clarify your thinking. You think you've understood people. When you have to write about them, it's a different story. And as you write the essay, you're supposed to sum up the evidence from the primary sources and then explain and engage with the secondary literature. And the idea here is that you might, in fact, disagree with the premise of the question. So I might decide that John's Jesus doesn't reject Judaism, and you're supposed to express an opinion on the subject. And then you come to the tutorial itself. And normally there'll be a couple of you in the tutorial and your tutor, and you'll read one of the essays out. Now, this is the terrifying point at which your tutor points out how deeply you've misunderstood the question and the literature. But it's actually a wonderful time because you get to spend an hour with a subject expert working through the issues that are involved. And these are the issues of the biblical text and of what people over time have thought about them. And at the end of that hour, I've found that I normally have a far better idea of both in my own thinking and in terms of understanding the subject theologically. And I found it to be a very helpful way of learning. It's in fact why I chose the course that I'm on, because I prefer that style of learning very much to classroom teaching.